bid on the end loader, from Cat. But John Deere and Case haven't responded yet.
A new one?
Bob and I was looking in that magazine that they leave lay on the deck down there at the country store. There was all kinds of them in there, all kinds of sizes. Various companies got different numbers, so you don't have any idea what the world they're talking. Early 90s on up to like 206 or something like that, various sizes from about 24,000 on up to whatever you want to pay. It looked damn nice. I know that don't mean a thing, but it did.
Low hours? Most of the time they got hours on them.
Some of the articles got hours on them and some of them don't. There, of course, what's too many?
Depends on what they've been used for.
What was
Mostly, yeah.
What was the price on that one?
That Case was that the one that was 24,000?
No, wasn't that? I thought it was 60 something.
I don't remember. But they had like a 624 John Deere and a 544 and a 444 and a, what was that, an L50 Komatsu, I think, or something like that.
John Deere, you got to get the letters, and that gives you the years behind that. Because they make a lot of 544, still make 544, but they got JM or...
Well, I know that we don't need a 644.
Oh, God, no.
Drove one of them. I know we don't need one of them here.
Don't let you fit through the alleys.
And there was one other one there that was, I don't even remember now, that might have been a Huff, but it was listed at 160 horse, so it'd be a pretty good sized rig too.
I think Rusty's looking something about 130 some horse, 35 horse.
Yard and a half bucket?
Probably 2.5.
2.5?
I'll bet about what he's got on the loader, I'll bet that's probably a yard and a quarter on it.
About a yard, yeah.
A couple things that weren't on the agenda, because just something to think about, is maintenance on the alleys, maybe gravel in the alleys this summer sometime. I don't know how we would do it.
You know, I've always, and I guess I said something to Rusty about this one time, and he didn't act like he thought it was a big deal, but, and I guess we get an end loader, it wouldn't work, but I go to these consignment sales, and they call them a dairy special. It's like a Tucker. You got one at work, don't you? But it goes on 3-point instead on and you know, this little tractors, you have 3-point on them. And I thought that'd be just the deal for leveling them alleys out, but
as far as that material, most of the alleys you can't get a dump truck down them.
yeah.
How do you get the material to the alleys?
Well, yeah, you'd have to carry it in a bucket. Yeah.
We're just got a little truck.
Yeah, but you know, it would take a lot of trips.
You get into wire trouble too. I know we dumped fill sand at our place one time, and I didn't think nothing about it. That wire was plenty high, and that was cable TV wire too, which didn't end up hurting anything. But we got hooked on that before we were done.
The other thing to think about is Walnut Street between 3rd and 5th. It does that dip thing every year, but in front of the church, north of the church.
Down there by Tibbs's and that. I mean,
But it's really just starting to break apart this year, and I don't know how to fix that. There's a sewer line that runs a little too close.
Rusty did say he has Lundell's coming down and look at that.
Okay.
And I think you just they'll have to dig the whole tile out. Probably start all over again.
Is that caused by being the tile's too close to the surface? That it isn't buried deep enough? You can't really get any more fall on it, but you get it buried deep.
It's got to be so out of line now from going up and down. It can't even be lined up in there.
I don't know how deep you put that in there, but I'm thinking up here on this end, it isn't very deep at all.
Like Grodall's apartments there by Meyer and then...
Well, it starts on the corner right there by the Lutheran Church. And it goes clear down, and I think, doesn't it tie into that line that runs under the street by Olson's?
Well, I know it wasn't very deep last spring when they put it in, when I walked by that one day looking.
Of course, that did that before the tile was ever in there. Right?
Oh, I know that.
Fort Dodge asphalt.
It's just soil underneath there.
Well,
I think you're going to have to dig that all out.
probably you can put it in there. And when
Gravel.
he dug it up, it was like that mud that you get out of frost boils.
Yeah.
That's just what it looked like. And
Do we need to move that line into the parking and get it out of the middle of the street?
well, he said that the reason why he put it there was because of the road crown, because of the surfacing of the road
Yeah.
and how much lift there was on it, that it was trapping water up underneath the thing. And that was what was wrecking our road. And that was the reason he put the tile in there, was to get rid of that moisture that was underneath the center.
Wouldn't it heave up in that case instead of down?
Well,
It almost looks like a ditch, so.
originally the doggone thing broke loose and it had mud
Looks like
coming up
it's
to it, just like a frost water.
Water or dirt's going away or something, settling it down.
But this episode, the last couple of times has been fall. And I don't
It's
know if
changed
it's,
a bunch in the last. I drive track whenever I get something done that I work on. That's usually the way I go around and up by the bank. It's changed a bunch in the last couple of weeks.
yes, it has. And I don't recall what he put in there for tile. Do you know?
Clay,
Well,
it's
then,
clay tile.
I'll bet you the spaces have sucked the dirt out.
And we've got a gap underneath there that, it comes back up, you know, it always has. It'll, in the spring.
I think until you dig that all out of there, that muck that's down in there, you can put a new tile there and the same thing will happen right over again.
How deep would you have to go?
I don't know how it just swamp like a swamp
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah, that, of course now that we've got the drainage better, not fixed, but better on that side, maybe it wouldn't, so much water wouldn't suck. Just something to think about.
But you
Yeah,
got
Lundell.
Lundell coming down with it, so.
All right.
We're gonna have to fill some cracks in on the streets too. This,
Oh, yeah.
I noticed up by the church tonight when I was walking, there's one here across that whole intersection, about as big around as your little finger.
There's one over here by just east Kennewick's, a little ways up
Yeah.
that street.
Yep, there's one there
bad
too.
one there too.
Yeah, that's an annual
Yeah.
thing though, it's gonna be just
I think
maintenance.
it did a little worse this winter, because that
This year's
fall
been
and
tough
yeah,
on them.
freeze over. Police county roads are terrible.
You know, though, you drive in about any town. We were in Rockwell City the other night, but in Sac City, some of their residential is no better.
Oh,
I mean,
worse.
Yeah, I mean, it just
Fort
ran.
Dodge is a,
Terrible.
that thing is,
Fort Dodge, a catastrophe.
yeah. I mean, I've got a four-wheel drive pickup and I was worried.
Yeah,